Timothy Batabayera and Greg Etafia, who I'm sure here have left a lot of saliva. Thank goodness we came after. But the shouting and the screaming matches have left a lot of moments, great moments of viewing in this place. But tonight we're here for a different reason. Obviously, the derby is unique in the sense that it's actually happening on a Sunday. I don't remember a derby on a Sunday ever, but I think it also has to do with the fact, of course, with the current corona status of level 1, and also the fact that Monday is a public holiday, so there's no crowds. It's easy for the league to be able to run with it on a Sunday from a logistics perspective. So, gents, that's the first caveat. Have you ever experienced a derby on any other day, Timothy, other than a Saturday? I feel like they just, Saturdays are carved in stone to be derby days.
They have always been the weekend, the Saturday, given the fact that they have to accommodate people going to work, people have to travel and get ready for this carnival of football. Unlike the new times, they are called the new COVID times. Right. Everybody has to adjust to cope. And Friday has been chosen, and given the fact that it's also a long weekend in the country, so I think it was a good choice.
Okay, long weekend, lots of football. Nice for it to end on a bit of a crescendo with the derby.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, okay, you put into consideration that Kaizer Chiefs traveled to Angola in Champions League, and Pirates were playing Wednesday too, and you want to give them a little bit of time,
for sure,
to recover. But Sunday, it's a different one. It's the first one. There's always going to be a first in everything. But normally the derbies normally happen Saturdays, and for the supporters to have the bragging on Sunday, going to church, going, meeting your friends around. So, but Monday is public holiday. There's still gonna be that bragging rights.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get into the meat of this one because it's a big one. And I think more so for Kaizer Chiefs. Maybe this is our first point of debate. Who is the game more important to in your mind? And then we'll go down that rabbit hole.
It has to be Kaizer Chiefs to try to, to salvage the ailing campaign.
Right.
For Chiefs standard, they shouldn't be where they are at this moment in time. But again, when it comes to the derby, it's not, current form goes out of the window.
Yeah.
It all comes about the players, their applicability on the day, not even before the day, on the field of play. The players who get themselves in the mood at that moment in time, they always win the game.
No, for sure. I mean, looking at that, because it's all about form.
Yeah.
Some people say derbies, form doesn't count, but surely at some level.
For me, it comes that form counts. You check the table now. You check the log. You can say a big difference. I mean, 15 points different from Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates. I mean, that's a huge difference. And in the camp of Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates now, there's the one camp that's full of confidence, and the other camp, I mean, they just they don't want to read the news now.
Yeah.
They don't want to open the newspaper. They feel like Sunday should come earlier so that they can play the game because they have more to lose because they, say sitting on 11 points is not a good thing, for the players, which, I mean, if you check last season, they finished on the second, but at this stage of the season, they were competing, to win the league and even not, top in the league, so at this moment now they're having let me just say a bad run, but don't forget they have 2 games in hand. Pirates have already played 2 games ahead of them, so but that doesn't mean this is a derby and it's a different kind. I just feel like this more go to Kaizer Chiefs because they need this more just to finish the top 8 because that's the for what we are hearing. That's what the mandate for Gavin Hunt.
Okay, so taking that into consideration, Kaizer Chiefs have it all to do for this one. But, there's also motivating factors that a coach can kind of try and latch onto to get a performance and rouse a performance out of the players. Gavin, it seems, has been kind of going with the tack of some of you are playing for your futures here. Is that a good motivator?
Look, it could be, but again, it could turn out to be a very big disadvantage to Kaizer Chiefs because you have players who are trying to impress so much. So that will be to the detriment of the team because you want to outshine to try and impress the managers. And at this moment in time, you're asking yourself, a team like Kaizer Chiefs, how did it reach here that players are playing for their contract at this moment in time? It shouldn't be. At this moment in time, all players should be concentrating on the 3 points and the season. You cannot allow a team of Chiefs magnitude for players to be worried about what could and
No,
what could not be.
no, Mr. Tim. There's no way everybody will go in the same in terms of the contract. You know, when you sign and when you sign, because some of them came up. Okay, some signed last season.
Right.
You know, maybe they signed for only one season. They need to renew, but the current state of the club, they don't have the time to say that no, come and sit on the table, or maybe they do it behind the scene. You never know. But Gavin, what he says is always happening in any team.
No, but
some players, they play for their future.
Yeah.
And most especially with this Kaizer Chiefs squad.
Yes.
Not some. I think all of them.
No, but
they play for the future.
That should not
apart from you having a contract. Yes. It doesn't mean Kaizer Chiefs, as you say, it's a big team.
Yes.
They can call you to the office. They did that with one of the players that just left now.
Yes.
They call you to the office and say, thank you very much. You're not adding value. You can go because they have that opportunity to do that.
It's better to terminate a contract of a player than a player not being sure. Because remember, in 6 months' time before the end of your contract, you can have a pre-contract. And that's how they lost Maleka. You can't leave it that late of a team of Kaizer Chiefs magnitude. That should not be happening. We understand. You very well know that you can't sign new players. So you get the core of your team, the players, just secure their future. Let them concentrate on football. Now you've got a player who is double-minded.
Yeah.
He doesn't know whether it's going to be at Chiefs. He doesn't know whether he's going to be on the next team. So he's on call, trying to get his agents to try and sort him out. That is double thoughts for the player. There's no concentration. It's always going to affect
Mr.
the team.
Tim, there's one say in soccer, even the coaches and players, you train from Monday to Friday. Weekends, you keep your job. That's everywhere in football, because the more you perform well, it's just a piece of paper. They can call you to the office the next day and say, no, you're performing very well. We want to give you that contract. Take that contract.
Okay, so what is the psyche then of the older players? Because, I think there's some veiled language that obviously if there is a clear out, it's going to start with the longest serving first. So when you're a professional who's been playing at Chiefs for so long, and there's this talk about this is you playing for your future, what kind of performances are you going to bring out? Do you think these guys have made up their minds?
No. Right now, they don't know who is going, who is coming. It's just speculation. But at the end of the day, your performance as a player will determine whether you're going or whether you're staying.
Yeah, but
because it can add value to you for you to get a new contract. And if you're not performing very well, you definitely know that I'm not doing well. I need to look somewhere else. And a club like Kaizer Chiefs, as Tim earlier alluded to, it's a big team.
Yes.
They have the money to spend. They can get whichever player they want to get. Because of the situation with the FIFA ban, that's why this season we are talking a different story. We know Kaizer Chiefs. Everybody wants to play. Every player wants to play for Kaizer Chiefs. So I feel like Gavin saying that it doesn't mean anything.
No, but
first of all, you need to play for yourself.
It has been a diabolical season for Kaizer Chiefs.
No, they haven't lost it yet.
For all players. No, by all standards.
Yeah.
All players are below par.
There's one player that signed a new contract.
No. Listen to this. You can't renew a contract.
Yeah.
That gives you the security that a team still wants you. And that if you get all your players to do that, it's fine. Then the management can only terminate that. So the player has nothing to worry about. The player should not be worried about the termination of the contract. That I know if I'm performing poorly, then my contract will be terminated. I should not be worried whether I'm going to have a job or not.
You have to be worried.
No, that's
because that's your livelihood.
Yes,
that's where you get your bread and butter. So if you don't perform, that's anyway, it's a show business.
No,
soccer is a show business. Everybody see you where you perform. They judge you.
It's a result-based.
It's a result-based.
But
so I can't have a company and you're not performing.
No,
I keep you there because I like you.
Etafia, I'm going to play Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
And instead of worrying about the opponent, I'm worrying about the contract. So I've got two problems to handle that pressure moment. You got to get the best out of me.
No, but I think if you've been having a good season like a pro would apply themselves and hope to have had, you won't be thinking too much about it. You'll say, let me go onto the pitch and apply myself. Is it not maybe the coach just saying that this is last chance saloon? Like it's a big performance because if you're Willard Katsande or Bernard Parker, what is the significance of this derby?
But the question is, what is it that Katsande and Parker have not given?
No,
the Chiefs?
No, we're talking about now.
No, that's for sure.
You cannot talk about the past.
No, but you cannot judge the players under this diabolical season. Every player has been very poor.
For me, Kaizer.
But you have to make a call though, surely, Tim. Are you saying that everybody is going to have to be on a clean slate until the end of the season because of the circumstances of the season?
Not really. So we are looking. You've got a player like Katsande. You've got Parker. Yes, in football terms, everybody will think they are old. Now we are going into what they can offer the club on and off the pitch. Do you extend their contracts? Now, these are players who know that they are old. It's not new to them. They know it. Now, how do you accommodate them so that they can give their best for the club in this particular moment? You have to give them assurance. If you miss that point, then you're affecting them.
Mr. Tim,
it's a psychological thing.
Mr. Tim, you can give assurance when a player is performing.
Sure.
It doesn't mean that because you're a senior player, now you just sit and say that, no, I'm a senior player. I've done this.
But how can you perform?
I don't need to do it again.
Right.
We okay. The team is not
But
okay. Why?
How
because they need points. But they need results.
Yes.
They need to. You cannot lose.
That's why I'm trying to find out from you, Greg, as a
Yeah.
former player, is this a galvanizing call? To that point, are these players right now thinking, you know what, I'm not going to have my feet held to the fire like this? Or are they going to say, listen, I want to show that I'm still 110% course?
For me as a player, I'll come out and say that, first of all, this is a derby. It's a pride. You cannot be beaten by Pirates 4 times in one season.
Right.
It's unheard of.
Not even 3.
You were talking about it 4 times. So for you, you need to bring your pride and play well.
Contract situation or
no
not?
contract situation, because other things gonna sort themselves later on with your performance. If the team win now, they get to top 8 because they have 13 games to go.
For me,
and which they can get something. 13 or 12 games to go. They can get something from there and be in the top 8. Don't forget, the coach is under pressure. Now he's getting pressure from the management. They say, okay, you have the players. We give you the free hand. Choose who you want to, who is performing for you, play him. So as a coach, because you want to secure your job for next season. This season you have an excuse that you didn't sign these players.
Right.
But at the same time, the ones that are performing for you, you need to give them opportunity to keep on performing for you, because don't forget that it's a result based business we are. Kaizer Chiefs as a brand, they cannot be languishing at 11th position and seeing Pirates. If Pirates win tomorrow on Sunday, they'll be second in the log. It's not possible.
For me, a coach of Gavin's caliber should not be worried, should not be under pressure whatsoever. That I can guarantee you.
No. Mr. Tim, you are saying Gavin must just go and sit and don't train the boys, and on Sunday they must turn out and win against Pirates.
I don't think you're saying all that, but okay.
Because this is what's happening is you have to understand your players.
Yeah.
How many of them can handle the pressure coming from within? Already, it's a derby.
Yeah.
They've already lost 3 times with shocking results. 3-0. 2-0. 3 times in a row. Now, Kaizer Chiefs players, and they're taking good team, it's a must. They have to win, and the fans will forgive them, irrespective of how they finish the season.
No.
They have to win the derby.
Tim, you have
So you're saying the fans will take a derby win over a top 8
I
finish?
can bet my life on it, because they will take the bragging rights for that. And the coach will be forgiven for this diabolical season. The players can have a second chance to start again.
Can I please put that to those who are watching us on YouTube? I want to get a bit of a consensus on this one. Do you agree with Tim? He says that the Kosi fans will take a derby win over a top 8 finish. And I don't know if I'm convinced of that.
No.
For
Tim,
no.
I don't know.
No.
Tim is just one win out of 3.
Let me tell you.
You get that one win and finish top 8.
Let me tell you.
And don't forget they're in the Champions League. So
it
the
doesn't.
same thing with Pirates. Pirates already got a cup. Pirates, you can, if we're talking about,
No matter what happens, Pirates can say, see,
we have something.
we have something.
Let me
Chiefs
tell
don't
you.
have anything.
What
Now,
Chiefs needs.
League is out of their sight.
Chiefs needs at this moment in time.
Okay.
Before we talk about the trophy, is winning the derby. One, Gavin Hahn will buy time.
Okay.
Yes.
To present any case whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's why you and I can come here and say he did not sign players.
Yeah.
He has to first win the derby.
Yeah.
Secondly, he doesn't want to go into that unforgettable record of losing 4 derbies.
That's where team. I'm saying that the players, you say that, oh no, we can take out Kasande, Parker, and say no, you have done so well in the past. You don't need to puff. No, that's where they need to step up.
Yeah, but the question is,
you've been there as a soccer player.
A senior player needs to be played. I've been in those situations where you're seeing that
this is when you need them.
You're seeing a coach struggling. He's playing youngsters. You're losing week in, week out.
No,
you're insisting on youngsters, and you're putting the senior players on the bench.
Tim,
what happens when you're losing? You start using the senior players scapegoat. I don't agree with that.
There's some
Play
position.
The senior players.
There's some position that you can see that this A is better than B,
right?
Because of the opponent you're playing.
Yes.
Pirates in the midfield, they are well balanced. You have Monari there. You have Makaringe there. What I mean, in any day, their eyes closed. They play box to box. You have Bakos there at Chiefs.
Yeah.
You have the young Kobo there, the midfielder there. He can play. For me, Gavin is one player that one coach that like the balance in the pitch. He like a left-footer midfielder. He does that with Pirates. He does that with Super Sport. Everywhere you go, he need a balance. Yeah. Even a centre back. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying that those senior players are not performing.
Right.
All I'm saying that you need to compete for you to have that jersey. It's not one team that is on top of the log with maybe 30 points or 10 points that you say that, no, you're not performing, I'll give you a chance. Not, he needs to keep his job. He needs to keep his job as a coach.
Okay.
So he plays his best. There's no coach in the whole world.
You're going to play the team that can't get him a result. I hear you. I hear you.
You know, every coach will have to win to win a game.
Yeah.
But we also know, as a former player, you know, there are players, even when they are struggling in these other leagues, when it comes to a derby, they always stand out. One example is Lodge.
Yeah.
Lodge has scored 3 goals in the derby. Is it 5? 5 goals in the derby. Now, we're talking about Lodge, who has been injured, who has not been playing. And can he get an opportunity to play, even if a few minutes? He has built that reputation that he can score in the derby. Now, you take Lodge who has not been playing and you get another player, definitely they will play Lodge ahead of any other player. What am I talking about? The senior players. They have got that experience of a derby. You can't bring a young player in a derby. If it swallows him, he may never recover.
Right.
That we know.
So
you need a senior player. You need senior players to accommodate the youngsters so that they grow into that momentum, so that they can compete. At this moment in time, Chiefs need to respect Pirates. They're having a very good run at this moment in time. Historically, yes, they have got head-to-head, they are ahead. But at this moment in time, they are struggling. You look at, there's no Kune, Birat is injured. You get all these players who are out. These are big-name players. It's an opportunity to get one of the unknown players to come in, and they can win the game. But at this moment in time, they need to play smart, play conservatively, get them on the break, and then you get that important goal. It's not a straightforward game for Kaizer Chiefs. Their material is not right there, but they can compete. So how do you play against Pirates? Frustrate them. They like playing very fast to attack. Frustrate them, get that ball, pass it around, let them mark a little bit. And when you are ready, punish them. Once you get that goal, you can sit back. It's very important. You manage your squad. Don't play like Pirates because they're having a good run. Play conservatively and then play to your advantage. You'll win.
Okay, that's going to be some strategy for Gavin to mull over. But let's talk about that. Pirates, that 10-game unbeaten streak, the latest scalp being Enyimba. As someone who's been very observant of what we've been saying on Monday Night Football Smoothies on the YouTube stream, says, Atavia told the crew that Pirates can beat Enyimba with no striker. The whole crew said no. Did you apologize here? Tim?
No, let's hear him out.
No, for me, Pirates.
There is no bad. Just say you lost.
Pirates, no. I said Pirates gonna win.
Yes, he said.
I said Pirates gonna win without a striker.
Yeah.
You say no, they need a big striker. I explained to you everything. But at the end of the day, when you watch Pirates playing, the way they play, there's a lot of movements. There's a lot of mobility in the midfield. The striking role. Recently they are playing Linda Motombo.
Mutombo.
Mutombo.
Yes.
They play Lodge, they play Hoto, and they play, not Lodge, Hoto and Puli.
Yeah.
And he plays as a shadow striker. So Pirates is a team, they can any given day, on their day, they can win, they can beat any team.
Right.
I say that with Enyimba, Champions League is a different scenario.
Right.
They have these big defenders, and if you have these sneaky players that can sneak in here and there, they can beat any team from the western side. Because they want to be physical.
Right.
So you have these sneaky players, they can beat them hands down.
Right.
Pirates will easily come out on that group. Right now they're topping them. But going back to the league, for the past 5 games, they got 10 points already, and they've been scoring goals. The defense have been strong. They don't make too much changes.
You agree with Tim as to how to beat them? He says frustrate.
You see, for the past three games, Kaizer Chiefs have played against Pirates. Kaizer Chiefs have their chances to score, but they didn't take it. So right. Pirates, whenever they get that chance, they finish it. You know why? Because they are calm, because they are doing well. Confidence is there, it's high. And if you check the log, there's a big difference. The log doesn't lie. Where you deserve to be, but that's where you are. So at the end of the day, I'm saying that Pirates, come Sunday, it will be a good game to watch.
Wow, Greg, you built it up. I'm thinking you're going to take it somewhere else.
But Craig, the way Pirates is playing, you understand, for example, against Enyimba, our main point was they won't score so many goals because they lack that natural 9.
Right.
Now, if they had that 9, the scoreline will be more. What is happening with Pirates is they are scoring, but they are scoring less because they are still under pressure to try and defend because they have got so many players running about. Now, you have got Kaizer Chiefs that can almost play the same forward playing. Now, the advantage of Pirates is that the backline of Chiefs has to support forward play. And Pirates players are fast. So they may nip them on that. But in a derby, all those things don't come to play. They're going to sit back a little bit and try to see. As a defender, for the first 10 minutes, you have to just observe how the opponents, the strikers are moving, the midfielders are moving. And then any clever defender, you'll know whether to go up or not, irrespective. I've told people in training, the coaches assume of how the opponent has been playing or how they expect them to play. Now, when it comes to when the game kicks off, in the first 10 minutes, it may be different. And the player cannot go to the bench and say, listen, coach, what we practice in training is not happening now. What can you do? You have to use that, individual intelligence to try and arrest the situation before it comes to us. So that's what is happening with Pirates. They have created a very good system of false 9s. And anybody, if you look at how Pirates is playing, there is displacement and replacement. If you get a midfielder coming short, there's somebody replacing him as a forward player. They are not lacking in numbers. And that's where so many teams are failing to pick it up.
You see, Kaizer, let me dissect the Pirates squad. In terms of how, if they play against Chiefs. You have Ndlovu, which is he's a midfielder at Maritzburg United. He came to Pirates. They saw his ability for up and down, going up and down. He's playing right back now. You have Josta from Highlands, that he's a right winger. But Pirates see the ability he has, they put him to right back. That side is covered. So you can maneuver in that place. If you want set piece, if you want crosses against Chiefs, you have Josta that can do that. If you want Nicky play, you want support to the midfield, you have Ndlovu to do that. You go back to the left side, you have Memela, Mela, the left footer center back. He's playing as a center back right now because Jelle was injured. Remember the last game in Ghana? Jelle went out, and the number 1 keeper, Ofori, was out too. You have the center backs. You have Tyson and Jelle there. Man marking. Jelle have that edge in terms of sweeping behind Tyson. He has that mobility. But anything in front of them, they can take it. So on the left side, they are balanced. You have the midfield. You have Monari, Makarenge. You have Ben Moswari. Now you have, in the side there, you have Pule, you have Otu. And the shadow striker, which is Matombo, he's a typical midfielder. But now they build him because he has a presence in him, so he can do both. He can go long if they want to play long and hold it for them and the other players to join. Against Enyimba, don't forget it could have been 3. They missed a penalty with Mabasa coming in. You got injured after a score, but Pirates and the top scorer of last season is on the bench. You see, so there's too much ammunition in that squad. So from the 18 and people that are at home, wait, I want to set a Pirate squad for you so that you can know that anything.
It's almost done.
So I must finish with my point.
Can you spice it by how the likes of Nukovic will be?
I will Pirate now. I'm coming to Chiefs. I'm with Pirate now. I'm just telling you the ammunition they have, what they can add, and how they can do things without. When you say number 9, it's static number 9. A big man, like Nukovic. Nukovic is easy for Tyson to mark him, but it's difficult for him for you to mark Lodge because it's Nicky. So at the end of the day, Pirates have this mobility, which Chiefs doesn't really they enjoy. They want you in front of them. The Cardoso,
Right.
the Mato, they want you in front of them.
Right.
But Pirates can move you here and there. And Pirates can move any team in the PSL, any position for them to get a goal. So Pirates have the balance from the left, from the right. You understand? But for the last 3 games, they were playing left footers, both wings. But they were getting goals. They're getting goals for them. Against Chippa, they scored 3. For the last 3 games now, they have scored 2, 3. You know, they have been scoring goals.
Right.
So I don't see a need for a static striker.
Sure.
So, but your point, Chiefs.
No, let me tell you something that is very interesting about Pirates.
Yeah.
They like moving around the ball.
Yeah.
And that necessitates that the defenders should move.
Yeah.
They should displace them.
Yeah.
It is simple. If I'm a coach, if I'm Gavin Hahn, I'll tell my defenders not to move. Play Zono.
Yeah.
If the likes of Launch are running into a left back, let the left back handle him.
Yeah.
If the left back, now the right winger is coming in, it can be picked up by the central defenders.
Yeah.
So there's no need for the back line to move.
Right.
Because if they're allowed to start moving, as the game progresses, they're gonna get tired.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna get punished. So
So
it is simple. Play Zono, hand them over. Let them run as long as you're seeing them. They are not displacing you. They are not effective in what they want to do. Eventually, they're gonna get frustrated. They're gonna get to plan B. Maybe they're gonna go for a target man. You have achieved that. So it is simple. That is what they want to do. Refuse to allow them to do that. For example, you have got wing backs who are coming. They are attacking you. It is simple for any central defender, any coach who has really started a game. If you have got Jerry, maybe he's playing on the right back and he's moving upfield. Just tell your central defender, listen, if he's moving up, if you happen to win the ball, take a breather, risk it, and pick a spot. Nukovic, can you run in the channel? As they're attacking us, just drift in the channel. Central defender get the ball, play Nukovic. Don't control the ball. Just head it up to a midfielder who is joining in play, spread it up. The next time they're saying, Jerry, where are you going? First stay. Because they are saying we're under attack. You cannot be attacked. So there's so many things you can play. Now, whenever you have so many playing, you know, it means that there are so many players who are being attracted.
Yes.
It means that Pirates are going to have so many numbers going forward. Now, Chiefs, Kaizer Chiefs should not allow to win the ball and try to play the way Pirates play. The moment you win the ball, let it be a long pass, 50-yard pass. Let's see how these midfielders are going to sprint back to defend.
Right.
When you get there, play the way they want to play. Let's check if they can also mark. You understand? They are using energy to come back and defend. In that, if you succeed, you're going to frustrate them and also they're going to give up. And then you have an advantage. So you should also be able to have a plan as a team. What do you intend to do to punish the opponent?
So there's I mean, a lot of good point. Team says, but it's just okay. Lodge is out with injury and off the field things that you need to move and other stuff. But and the side of Kaizer Chiefs, you have Castro is out. You have Billiard. I mean, he's out. You know, definitely. You have Kune is out. You know, okay, probability Rama and them. They don't know how the extent of injury. Sometimes before the derby, the coaches play mind game. All of a sudden now you see a different squad on the day because you know you want to give your card away. But you know, as he's saying, but for me, Kaizer Chiefs, I think the one person that I hope Gavin play on that day is going to be Frostler because he can play any position. You saw the goal he scored against Supersport. He can use his both feet. He can play anyway. He can play left back. He can play right back. So it's very important Kaizer Chiefs, you know, have that point in mind because you know Kaizer when Pirate attack, they always leave 3 at the back. They spray. They leave 3 at the back. The wing backs they go in. The center back they spray. Ben comes back to be a center back the center back. So you have Jelly here, you have Tyson to cover up should in case if any ball coming from the long. As he's saying, Kaizer Chiefs gonna play long one. So I think for the first 3 games that Pirate won, they have done that right. So they mustn't lose that because they have done that right. That's why they won. That's why they won that game.
That works well when they have the ball more often. And they are not cutting out that play and punishing them. So Kaizer Chiefs as a team, one, these are naked skillful players. Don't give them space. Even a child once given space will be able to pick a spot. Now you don't allow that. Narrow your angles. What is dangerous? They don't have so many tall players. What do you do? Force them to go wide. They won't cross the ball. They still want to come inside. Narrow the inside, force them out, and they'll have an advantage. They'll start getting frustrated. And what do you happen? Kaizer Chiefs, you don't have so many skillful players. What do you do? Nukovic, look for those fouls around the box. Look for those dead ball situations.
Right.
Yeah.
That's your advantage.
Your
That's your strength. Use it for your benefit.
Yeah.
So those small details in the game are going to come out to determine the result.
Okay. Now the goalkeeper factor is going to come into play here, because obviously Zimbabwe is making it sound that in the absence of Ofori, I've got two great keepers in Sandy Lenz and Mponjane, who has been playing.
Yeah.
So Derby, who do you start with?
Okay. For me, if Ofori is fit, because
if he's not fit between the two.
Remember, there's a national team, there's a international break.
Yes.
So for Ofori to go to Ghana to play against South Africa, he needs to be fit to play this derby.
Right.
Okay, he's not fit.
He's not fit.
No, you have Sunderland. You have Sunderland. No, I'm not saying that. We're just taking a scenario. We're taking a scenario.
It's not a must. Under FIFA law, is mandated to travel. As long as he's called up for the national team, he has to go, and the national team medical team will decide.
You see, it's under FIFA law, you manage to travel, but at the same time, if the communication is good between Pirates and Ghana national, they can, is it injured, it's fine, because the replacement. Nigeria did that with a lot of players that cannot come out from France because of the COVID situation. So going back to the goalkeeping, Mpochan, I think when he came in for Ofori in Ghana, it was early, it was the 10th minute. He did very well. For me, I kept a clean sheet in that game. Coming back to against Eyimba, he did very well. Apart from the penalty, it was raining and all this thing. Okay, penalty, I mean, you expect
it's a lot.
So for me, he still have a clean sheet. For me, on my own book, he still have a clean sheet. Technically, he still have that clean sheet.
That's not what technically means.
But for saying in goalkeeping,
no.
Yes. As far as the penalty they score you with, you still good.
Okay.
So for me, I give him the nod.
There you go.
I give him the nod to start because Sunderland he has stayed so long for him not to to get involved. So Mpochan now he has that momentum to go, and the back four. I think Jelly is gonna come back. So he has that communication well with them. He has been doing well. He haven't for the past 15 games he played against Kaizer Chiefs. He has won a lot. He has lost 4. He has won the rest.
I guess it could still be a score draw, but definitely goals in this one.
Technically speaking, what we have already seen in the 3 derbies,
for sure,
there is no possibility for a draw at all. Teams are scoring. And this is what is interesting about Kaizer Chiefs. No one is giving them a chance. But if you look at how they have been playing and coming about, they have created the chances. They have not been creating them. And once they miss those chances, they concede. But if you look at the overall team, there's an improvement, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if they can't drag this Pirates team not to score in the first 15, 20 minutes, they can easily grab this game by the call of the they can take it. Now, Pirates will always score. The way they are playing, they will always score. So Kaizer Chiefs, you're not guaranteed to score. But Pirates will always score. So what will be very interesting is who scores first.
Right. That's going to set the tone.
Now, if you get Chiefs scoring first, it will be a very wonderful derby.
Okay, now, Moraka, to the point about Akpe, on YouTube is raising the point that he doesn't really shine against Orlando Pirates. What do you make of his performances in derbies?
There's a game, if I could remember correctly, he played very well. He was the man of the match. They won, is it 1-0?
I think that was like early days.
Yeah, the early days. But for this season, he hasn't, he hasn't come. Derby, they expect big players to, intensify as a big players.
But I mean, it's a big mess as far as the defense is concerned.
Because a lot of changes.
And he's
defense.
part of it, so it's always going to look like the one.
So, but as a goalkeeper, you see, I always say that your defense can be bad, but there's something that you bring into the game in terms of your first priority to save the ball. The defenders can make mistake and you bail them out, but they might still score you, but you might you might be the man of the match. You understand? This in this league, keeper has been scored twice, two goals, and I still man of the match.
Because it could have been 8 or 10.
Yeah. So maybe Pirates could have been scoring 15. You save maybe 12.
Yes.
You know, it's possible. You understand? Pirates against Enyimba, they got 19 shots at goal, 6 on target. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Sure.
So, I mean, imagine those 19, you're talking different game against Enyimba, but with Akpeyi, I think, okay, it's his time. Now there's no distraction. He knows that I'm going to the derby to play. Because with what's happened to Kune, you know, with his family and all those stuff, they gave him a rest to take a breather, you know. But Akpeyi now, he knows that, for this game, I'm the number one. He needs to step up his game from today, not tomorrow, not the day, from today, Friday, from the weekend. Forget about the media, forget about whatever anyone is saying. Don't go into, because your team is not performing.
Right.
Pirate players, they have the luxury to read the papers, because everyone will say that no, they are the one in form. So, but Chiefs, they don't have that luxury now to do that. So he must just relax, focus. Sunday, 3:30, he must give his best. It's just 90 minutes.
Right.
And if he does well, you know, Chiefs supporters, they have that bragging right the next day, which is public holiday. You know, you have in your small
for the rest of the season.
For
the rest of the season.
Yeah, so I think it's a big point. First of all, it's a 3 points, which is the league. Secondly, it get them closer to the top 8. And thirdly, I mean, you have the bragging right, at least not 4-0. You have 3-1. Don't forget, now it's 7-1.
Yeah,
7-1.
No,
so
7-1. So
Pirates is leading.
You know, this is a cup final for Chiefs. There's no any other way to try and salvage their season. This is a cup final. They need to do everything possible to make sure that they win the game. It's not only for the contracts of the players in the technical team. It's just, how are you going to be remembered as a player of Chiefs for the 2021 season? So it's all what, you know, is made of yourself. You don't want this negative history following you. And for Gavin Hunt, it's right to say, listen, there's no need for me to motivate the Chiefs players. By this time, if there's a player who needs motivation, he shouldn't be putting on a jersey.
Of course, that's a good point. And then obviously, let's talk about Happy Jella, big milestone for him as far as derby appearances is concerned. Greg making the point that he's the guy who does the tidying there should things be in control. We've seen how they get exposed sometimes at Pirates defense. Him and Tyson against Enyimba, maybe not very convincing. What is the current state of that partnership, do you think?
Look, I think I'd love to applaud Happy Jerry. First and foremost is how he has conducted himself from the start of the season.
Sure.
You know, when you get older, there's always a feeling with the technical team that you need to be shipped out. Now,
or handle with kid gloves.
He let them do what they were thinking, but he concentrated. I'm proud his mental strength and his focus. And when given an opportunity, I call it a first opportunity, where the coach looks the other side and says, "Can you please go in?" You understand? That's what we saw with Jerry, and he has performed so well. Now it is coming to the derby. They're saying he needs to play, so that shows that he has won over the players. Remember, when the technical team is trying to replace you with the young players, they want the young players.
Do you think he lost the players, Sim? Because it would sound more like he lost maybe the technical team, and maybe his teammates understood his value, but maybe the technical team didn't see him in the plans at the time.
What normally happens in such a situation, you get the young players who feel like you are old, they need to replace you.
Right.
So the technical team, when it's pushing that agenda, you get a few of the players who believe that, yes, you are old. He needs to give space. You always get those ones.
No, for me,
and he has beaten all
odds.
odds.
I think he's enough of a legend at the club that anyone would look at him with reverence.
Like Etafia said, that reverence is for the fans, I can assure you. Not amongst the players. You know, the players will, when it comes to a derby, let me tell you now, the players will be in their corners trying to analyze which player can fit into this, milestone of beating the opponent. If they feel Etafia should have been goal, these defenders will start making funny comments and reactions and everything like that. And that builds into the game. Now, if the team cannot pick it up, especially the technical team, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have, in a derby, the goalkeeper needs the back line that is comfortable.
For sure.
Now, if the coach surprises them with a youngster in the center of the back, in the first 5-10 minutes, it's going to destabilize the goalkeeper until that player now wins over the confidence of the goalkeeper or his teammates.
Sure. Yeah.
So some of those simple comments are very, very crucial. Now, if you look at how Akpai came into Chiefs, at the beginning, no one gave him a benefit of doubt. It was almost the coach who believed in Akpai that he could goalkeep.
Right.
The rest of even his own teammates, you could see the body language that they were not believing in. And when he started bringing his A game, saving the team and winning games, eventually they started rallying behind him and they supported him.
Yeah.
And we saw Kune playing that role, the leading role into that. That's what happens in football with players.
Well, for me, with that Jelly scenario, beginning of the season, I just feel like, when Tyson came in, the handband situation.
Yeah.
To who? Because you cannot have two captains. You have a national team captain and you have a club captain.
Right.
So Nyanguza, there's a center back. They're trying to pair him with Tyson to see how he works.
Just to separate the two.
Yeah. So you just have him on the bench, but it never works. And Tyson and Nyanguza, they're almost similar center back.
Right.
So you need to have a flexible center back that can cover. That's why Jelly came in, and when they gave him that opportunity, he's a top professional.
Yes.
One thing we must credit him for, he's a top professional. He waited for his time and he took it with both hands.
No, but Atafe, to correct you there, Nyanguza is not a central defender.
No,
but he was playing. But he was playing center back.
Atafe,
but he was not a center back.
Let me tell you
the game for last season.
Let me tell you
what position he plays.
Let me tell you what you want.
What position he plays.
Let me tell you what you want.
No, I want you to clear me on that.
No. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me tell you what you want to hear. When the technical team was trying to phase out Jerry, they thought they would use a makeshift Nyanguza to replace Jerry,
right,
and ship him out.
Yes,
it failed.
That's what I'm saying.
Nyanguza is a right back.
For sure.
If you want the best of that young man, put him in his right position.
And if you want a good centre back, get
a centre back.
Yeah.
He was just a makeshift to try and ship out Jerry.
But I mean, that's one of those strange things where, had they put that aside and maybe played him from the beginning of the season, they could be in a different situation, because with hindsight is helping us see that plan didn't quite work. Or do you think the technical team might argue that we've been managing the Jelly situation? Is he a player who needs managing, or has his performance has shown that
when everything backfires, you'll hear them claiming they were managing the situation,
right,
but it wasn't. You've got a captain with so many caps who has been ever present.
Sure.
There's no way all of a sudden the beginning of the season is
not
out.
Good enough. Yeah.
You understand? You don't start sowing those doubt and divisions in the squad. Now, what they needed to do is to make sure that he is a player. They have recruited an equally good player.
Yes.
How do they work together? They can share games.
Sure.
In my experience, there is no need to pit teammates against each other.
Yes.
There has to be, peaceful competition.
Yes.
A situation whereby I should be able to tell my teammates, say, listen, I don't feel so good at this moment in time. I'm struggling to cope into the game. Can you cover me a little bit? I should be able to let you on those points. Listen, I don't feel like going for an overlap. Let me first take a breather.
Yeah.
Let me see how the game copes, and then you progress. You should have those conversations.
Yeah,
you should, for example, Kune is already struggling with crosses. Kune will cover the loss, the problem of crosses with his saves and distribution, and people will not be able to see that. When Kune, people good crossers of the ball, putting those balls, Kune is struggling. So when he comes out, he's always left out.
No, Mr. Tim.
No.
The whole keepers in the whole PSL, everyone struggle with crosses, except that cross is not a good one.
No, not all
There's some
crosses.
crosses. There's some crosses.
No,
you cannot come out.
No.
matter,
When you say
there's no goalkeeper is good on crosses.
No.
Really?
I'm telling you that.
Dennis is
you
good.
can practice. You can practice that.
No.
Except that cross doesn't come nice.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
There's some ones you read.
That's an interesting one.
No.
Because if you're
a goalkeeper coach,
automatically, I'm a goalkeeper coach.
Yes.
I know I'm a goalkeeper.
No,
I played for a very long time. I know
but
what
the
I'm talking about.
principle
When
of the ball,
when you hang the ball in the 6-yard box, that is goalkeeper. It's a basic thing. It's a goalkeeper ball.
Yes.
But when you drive the ball away from the goalkeeper,
right,
and someone come and head it,
no.
It's a cross. It's a cross. But you can't say the goalkeeper is not good on crosses.
No.
Because the ball has a different...
You remember Kune when he started?
Yes.
Kune was you know, Kuni, when he was more younger, he comes out for everything.
No.
He used that crosses before most of the team. Okay, when I was at Swallows, we say don't cross the ball for Kuni because he's gonna resort to counter attack.
And then he's gonna move the
So
ball.
because we are hanging it.
Your fear was the counter attack.
No,
your fear.
We have Mama Niang.
No.
We have Mama Niang.
Yes.
We have Lunginsani in Glela.
Yes.
So every cross we're crossing, we were floating the ball. We're hanging the ball. So that's why I said. You remember I said that all goalkeepers are good when the ball is floating in the air. They're gonna come out when it's hanging. But when you drive it, now that's a difficult one.
No.
Tell me which goalkeeper that come out when the ball drive in your box there.
Etafia, don't confuse us here because you are confusing us with crossing and driving.
I'm just giving you
the
basic.
No.
Goalkeeping.
No. They are all crosses.
Right.
Yeah,
they are all crosses. So you should be able to deal with them. So if you come out, the principle of my goalkeepers was simple.
Okay.
If you come out of your line, you must touch the ball.
Okay.
So you cannot come out and you're in no man's land.
Kabza.
So me as a defender,
I know.
Kabza.
We should know
Kabza.
if you come out, I should pivot
Right.
to cover you in the goal.
Timo, that's why you're a defender. I'm a goalkeeper.
No,
so I'm giving you my own.
No,
in the
but
box.
there has to be communication.
There's a 6-yard box. There's an 18-yard box.
Yes.
When the ball comes to the 18-yard box, he's a center back. He will tell you, keeper, stay on the line.
Yes.
I will deal with it.
Yes.
Sure.
That's a cross.
Yes.
The cross is coming to the box.
Yes.
You expect goalkeeper to go there.
Yes.
No.
You don't expect
the goalkeeper to go there. You want to deal with it.
That's
On the 18 yard.
That's
so
six.
The 6.
Yes.
That is your territory. There's no negotiation.
But
you don't negotiate that. You have to come and pick it.
But Tebza,
when the guy,
there are so many situations. In the 6, if as a central defender I'm the first, I should head the ball. In that, there's no way that you're gonna leave the ball. You don't take chances. Whoever is first on the ball, if the goalkeeper comes out and hits my head and the ball, that's fine.
Right.
If I'm the first on the ball, I should head it out.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
So in that area, there's nothing like it's my ball and everything like that.
Okay.
In that area, whoever is first on the ball clears the danger line. Now, what am I talking about? The crosses. Now, the goalkeeper has got hands.
Thank you. That's the advantage.
And it's saying. So there is no way you can miss. There's no way you can miss.
How is a center back?
Once you come out,
how comes the center back is missing the ball? Striker come and head the ball score.
That's what
you as a center back. So there's no way a striker can come with his head and score.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. For a goalkeeper to come out for a cross,
it
is basic. At least any touch on the ball is a diversion.
Tim, I'm giving a scenario.
diversion of the purpose of the cross.
I said there's 2 types of crosses. There's the one you float.
No. They are all crosses.
No. There's the one you float. I come out. I call keeper. Everyone is there. You can call if he's hanging in the air. I come and get it.
Yes.
There's one you drive. You know what I'm talking about. He can't even head it. Sometimes trying to head it is own goal.
Yes.
Because the pace of the ball and the level of the ball it doesn't allow you as a goalkeeper to go for the ball.
Box.
So because the striker is coming, you are defending this way. The striker is coming this way. It's always disadvantage for the defender because the striker is in front of you. He can steal it every time. Top striker.
I'll tell you something, Etafia.
Masheko does that. Collins Mbesuma does that. Though he scored with his leg most of his goals, but his head, as Swallows, he did that because you play to your strength.
Of course.
What I'm trying to say,
but
there's no goalkeeper that is bad on crosses. It depends how the opponent put the ball in the box.
But Etafia, the issue is you have got an advantage of the hands. So what you are talking about, the drive ball, it is simple. It is all about positioning.
Yeah.
If the defender has positioned himself well, he'll be able to get onto that ball before the striker. If the striker gets onto a driven ball first, he's gonna score it. It doesn't matter.
That's what I was saying.
So what I'm trying to explain to you.
Kune is good on crosses.
No.
Kune is good on crosses.
No, that's all right. But you remember Mr. Okpara? There's no way you could cross the 6-yard box with anything, driven ball or a hanging ball. No way. Why? He was the commander-in-chief of that area. Whether you're a defender, whether you're a striker, you can't cross there. You'll be hit within the confines of the FIFA rules. So every goalkeeper, it's the same with Onyango. When Onyango comes out, there is no striker who's going to try to challenge that. So as a goalkeeper, you should command that once you come out for the ball, make sure you get your hands on that ball. That's simple.
Great. Let's see who commands the starting berth tomorrow then.
Okay.
As we just kind of maybe discuss the luster or lack thereof in terms of the greater scheme of things, we have a powerful Mamelodi Sundowns team who are running away with the league. Is it pie in the sky to be like, if Pirates win this one, they're second on the table when, Chiefs, we kind of said it's a cup final. The pride is at stake.
Yeah.
For Pirates, what's at stake?
Pirates, there's two things at stake. For me, they want to make it 4 wins in the derby against Chiefs for one season.
Right.
It's unheard of.
Yeah.
The second one, they have a 3 points at stake for them to go to the second on the log, get closer.
Which
because
guarantees Champions League.
Who's guarantees Champions League? They're in Confederations Cup. They're not happy to be in Confederations Cup. So they want to be in that where the big boys in the Champions League. So for me, they are more motivated going with the form they are now. They are a mile ahead of Chiefs going to this game. But as we always say, the form can't in terms of can't out in terms of derby. So the two sides, Pirates need it, but Chiefs, for me, they need it more.
Look, you get Sundowns that has already consolidated their position, but we know that the PSL has served us so many surprises. Given the example of what happened last season, that was Chiefs and Sundowns. Sundowns came late and they eventually took the league. It can still happen. So that's what Pirates can look at and say, okay, listen, at this moment if we beat Chiefs, then Chiefs will play spoiler against Sundowns, and then they can narrow the gaps. You always play that possibility.
Okay.
So what's happening? Both teams need to win, irrespective of what their aspirations are.
Yeah.
Both teams need to win. Unfortunately, we always have one winner.
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that said then, how do you see this one panning out? Do you dare to make a call as to how Sunday will go down? Is it going to be 4-4 for Orlando Pirates? Are they going to add to the 7-1? Or do you think that Gavin, professional pride for him and the rest of those players, is going to dictate a big performance?
I think Chiefs will take this one against Pirates.
Okay. Craig, it's tough, yeah?
For me, going to this game, it's a lot of teams at stake, as you say earlier, but the form Pirates are now in terms of the league, in terms of Confederations Cup, and putting all together, I think Pirates will take this one.
To that point, these big performances that build camaraderie and confidence, if it's not to be able to go in, having done it 3 times and beat them a 4th time, then what's the point? I mean, you would have to think that this run, that Pirates, 10 games, or do you say that Chiefs are the ones that are going to break the duck and it's going to make for a good story?
If you watched Tottenham go play Zagreb, they were leading 2-0.
Yes.
And then they lost 3-2 on aggregate. Now, this is what is going to happen to Pirates. Yes, they are playing well. They've got a very good run. The question is, how are they going to apply themselves? Now, you have got a team of Chiefs that has got so many unknown players, who are desperate for, so many players are, can I get an opportunity to play? Such players are always very difficult to play against.
Fight for your contract.
Now,
they must fight for their contract.
Exactly. So such players are always very difficult. They will come, they will follow the instructions, but again, there's that momentum to play as if you are 9 players on the field of play, and that's always destabilizing to the opponent.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying
you're going to tap into that.
Exactly. That comes in automatically. It will click in because they know they have been losing. We cannot lose 4 times to Pirates and everything like that. So they're gonna try to play their hearts out. And I'm confident Chiefs may sneak this out.
Okay. In terms of disruptive forces coming into a game like this, you're backing Pirates, but news breaking or making the rounds that Tim Nkosi Lorch not happy with the situation, kind of pushing for a transfer. The timing of it all, that can't be too helpful.
For me, you come to Lorch, top player. 2018-2019 season, player of the season, player of the season, won everything.
Stop and start the season.
Needed to move at that time. At that time, needed to move. Okay. They say, okay, no, Lodge, stay. Got spoken to and stay. This season, play 18 games, 4 goals, 5 assists. Not the best season. But okay, you can include with injuries and all those stuff.
Yes.
But for him, handing. I mean, that's what we're hearing, that is handing his transfer request that he need to move. I think it's the right time because for the past 5 games now, he hasn't played. Pirates has been doing very well. They have been winning without him, scoring goals, missing goals. You expect anyone playing for Pirates wearing that jersey to do well. And Pirates, the ammunition they have, the ones that are not playing, they're more eager. to play. So I think if it's locally, it's going to.
No, it's a rumored to be a Belgian side.
We just put in both sides because sometimes these players, they say they're going to Europe and they transit somewhere. So I'm just saying, if it's going somewhere, which we are assuming we know where is that, you don't need to get money from them. Get one of their player, and there's a lot of top player there that can replace Lodge in Pirate locally.
Right.
You know the club I'm talking about. But if he's going to Belgium, you cash in as soon as possible, because this is the right time, right age. You need to get money from him.
There we go.
I think Lodge's injuries are more psychological.
Okay.
Having had a wonderful season, AFCON, great performance.
Yeah.
Maybe some offers came through, and he really expected the club would release him.
Right.
Which didn't happen. And then the consequences of those decisions are being affected now.
Right.
Now, another opportunity comes through.
Yeah.
The challenge that I've got with is how the procedure of how he has gone about it.
Right.
I wouldn't expect a player to hand in a request, but the representative of the player.
Yes.
And the player should solely concentrate on continuously serving the badge. That wins the confidence of the management to trust him and say, he has given us what he could. It's an opportunity for him to go.
Right.
Now, the moment you try to use player power, the administrators make the decision because you're under contract.
Yes.
So the management and handling of that is questionable.
Okay.
It's a few days to the derby, which means everything, even to the kit manager.
Yes.
And you hand in that application. And everyone is expecting you to avail yourself for the derby. And in that moment, you are not recovering, but requesting.
Yes.
You're making a transfer request.
Sure.
It may work against him.
I think so too. It kind of shows his priorities at the moment. Well, yeah, that's just one of the talking points that came up. But in essence, I hope you've enjoyed that deep dive into how the two teams may approach the derby come Sunday from both Timothy and Greg. Gents, it's been robust. I now see what the hype is all about, doing these from here. Really appreciate your time. And to everybody who's tuned in via Periscope or via YouTube, we've also been really, really happy with your contributions and you engaging with us. Hope to do this more often, but all roads lead to that derby on Sunday. Some will say it's a big occasion, considering the teams involved. Some will say, okay, that's fine. We at the top are not worried about what's behind us. So different motivations for different sets of fans, but the derby will be on our doorsteps. Gents, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. From the front runner team, until next time, myself, Gamumbata, take care.